Courtney.
Ah, we're back.
No, hi. Welcome back to Business and Pearls. I'm Colette, your host, a
Oh,
show that is obviously empowering women in business. Our guest is Courtney. I'm doing this over because we did lose connection. So, welcome, Courtney. We're just going to start this over. The beauty of not having a studio, and we are just taping from home.
that's live real world in action.
So, once again, welcome back to Beauty Business and Pearls. So, yes, we're talking to Courtney. She's our guest. Um, Courtney, let's try this again. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Let's see, I live in upstate New York. I'm a little bit outside of New York City, and I'm a corporate wellness provider and a mindset coach. I am certified as a yoga and meditation teacher. And I really began practicing yoga because I was interested in the physical movement part. And through my yoga and my own personal development journey, my own practice became more than that. I saw that yoga could help me manage stress, change some of my unhealthy thought patterns, and become more resilient. So, from the tools and skills that I've developed, I really wanted to share that with people. And that's what brought me to where I am now.
Very good. Like I said, we're trying to do, continuing our conversation with Courtney because yes, we did lose connection. So as far as your journey, you talked about your health, issues that got you into that. What
Mhm.
made you want to branch out to like teaching in the corporate realm as far as like the health and the yoga?
Absolutely. Well, when I was working a corporate 9 to 5 job, I was too exhausted at the end of the day to think about going to the gym or, making time for exercise when I needed to go home and take care of things at home. And I know many women and many employees are in the same position. At the end of the day, it's just hard to think about doing those other things for yourself and making that time for self-care. So I really want to help employees have some of that work-life balance because that's so important for our physical health as well as our mental and emotional health. So when I offer my virtual corporate wellness programs, companies are able to give their employees that time for self-care during the day. And this actually does benefit companies. The companies are able to improve their productivity from employees. They can reduce their healthcare costs, and the employees feel better as they're working, which lets them be more creative, more productive, and be happier and healthier. They're able to actually do their work instead of maybe taking time to have medical appointments or take a long leave of absence from different health issues that can come up. So it's a little bit of um, almost like prevention by just working on maintaining and caring for our health and still instead of waiting until something happens where we are forced to take that time.
Yeah, and once again, I think it also adds like a layer of respect for the company, human resources to say, hey, you're providing this for us, and like you said, we become more productive. We're able to feel better, get more work done. It just adds that extra layer of, yes, I like working for this company instead of, oh my gosh, why am I here? And like you said, the stress level it decreases because yes, you're showing your employees that we care about you. We actually believe you're a human as opposed to just machines with a clock in number and that's it. So I like that idea. I like it a lot. Do you have like more employees wanting like to seek you out outside of work when you do that?
Yeah, I also do work as a mindset coach. So I work with ambitious women leaders who want to develop their resilient skills and feel more empowered in their own life. And to me, leadership is just really stepping into your own power. So the job title or ranking or salary isn't so important. Leadership is more about showing up for yourself and leading as that model. And so I feel like you could be a leader in your own life, your family, your work, your community, but really just stepping up and showing up in ways that you're proud of. And, especially right now with pandemic life, a big issue for ambitious, high achieving women is burnout, where women are just stretched so thin between trying to work remotely, manage virtual schooling and childcare, and there's probably extra housework responsibilities with people at home more. And this whole lifestyle is causing women to burn out and leave their jobs, maybe as a leave of absence or quitting completely.
Mm-hmm.
And burnout can be healed and reversed with these well-being and resilience practices. So I feel like these things are so important, especially right now.
Yeah, and what you do actually, it kind of mirrors each other because you're providing a service that, calms down those stresses, provides us to continue to be healthy, whether in the workplace or at home. Because, like you said, men, yes, they go through a lot of stress, but women go through stress as well in a different way. And it's all the extra stuff that we have to deal with, whether with the kids, or because you have a lot of single family home or single parent homes in there, mostly mom and children. So you're adding that stress on, and then the stress of what to do for homework now that we're in COVID. Do you go virtual? Do you put them back in the classroom? If it's at home, do they have everything they need? So like you said, there's so many different stresses that we have to go through as women, that when you provide that yoga and the different mindset and the clarity, it just, I don't know, it just presents a whole different person, to feel good about who we are as women.
Absolutely. I mean, like all the decisions you just mentioned really take a toll. We're expending so much mental energy on trying to make those decisions about school. Is it right to send the child? Is it right to keep the child home? And, even day-to-day things. Is it right to do this? Is it right to do that? And, no one really has the answers right now, but all of these decisions that we're weighing out really create a lot of stress and anxiety about what we should even do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And, having that little break to put those things aside as much as possible really makes a difference. There's the physical aspects of, helping your body systems work well and increasing your blood flow and all of those things. But, especially these days, I feel like that mental and emotional piece is really critical, because these things just are very taxing right now. And, it's important to have those tools to manage that stress.
Yeah, and it's almost not only it's almost toxic.
Yeah.
You're dealing with so much, which can lead to other issues like depression and anxiety and panic attacks, and just knowing that sometimes you just have to get up and move, especially like you and I being, business women. We have to move. We have to push away from the desk. We have to like stretch and, like you said, stretch and move. And I think, I recently backed away from my career as an educator. And I think, like, literally, I've gained probably about 7 to 10 pounds because that constant walking and movement disappeared. So I
Mm.
have to make time out of my day to say, you know what? Take that 15-30 minute break and let's exercise. Let's do something to get me going. Of course, I take my total life changes, my vitamins, and my other stuff to detox. But just the movement, we need the movement. We need to exercise. So I think that's wonderful. That is just truly wonderful to mirror that, because I think it's almost like we forgot about the people who are working. That stress is on them because of the kids that's still at home or they went to school. Now you're back at work trying to mask up and be safe. And, like you said, I think we kind of forgot that, yes, we need to de-stress at work too.
Right, right. And you were kind of getting into almost the ninth month of this pandemic, but we have a lifetime of patterns that we've learned that are very different than wearing a mask and all these things that we've been thinking about now. So, even though this has stretched on for a little while, those coping tools are still critical because that burnout is the accumulation of all of that stress, the physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion. And, if we're not resolving that, like you said, it can turn into even unhealthier patterns with depression and, turning to some self-medicating with unhealthy substances and, overeating, all kinds of things that can be more problematic.
Yeah.
So, it's so important to take care of ourselves. And, without our own health, we can't even take care of the people in our life that we care about. So taking that time to fill your own cup and refuel yourself gives you that energy to share with the people you care about and give to the work that you're passionate about.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of hard um, to create a pattern that we're not used to. A lot of
Mhm.
people, yes, we have the gyms, we have the workout sessions, we have the yoga, we have cycling, but a lot of people were not healthy prior to this. And now that we're enclosed, we're having to stay inside more. That pattern of what we should have been doing, it makes it even harder to try to incorporate a pattern to start to stay healthy. So
Right.
yeah, it's a mental battle between, what am I supposed to do? I can't go to the gym. I can go to the gym, but I'm scared. What am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do? And it's that battle of going back and forth and trying to say, you know what? I'll start being healthy tomorrow, or I'll start next week. And something I'll say simple is not simple, like yoga. It's getting the right person like Courtney to actually show you and tell you what you can do to actually incorporate that in your life. So,
Yeah, definitely. I think, yeah, all of those choices are hard. We can end up in that cycle of, not knowing what to do for so long. And it's easy to put off starting until tomorrow and waiting, but it's a real commitment to yourself to actually start something. And, um, the commitment to yourself ripples out into the people that you care about. So whether that's children, family, friends, coworkers, work, those impacts of self-care really extend out. And, I think that's part of the value of the group programs that I run, whether it's in a corporate setting or with these ambitious women, because it gives you that accountability.
Yeah.
people know that I, should show up at a certain time. And if I don't, these people might reach out and check on me, which is a beautiful thing, especially since we are so physically disconnected these days, to check in with each other. But having those people together going through that shared experience really gives you that sense of support and connection.
So the programs that you run, which, yeah, let's get into that. So what type of programs do you have that you do run?
Yeah, so I have the virtual corporate wellness programs,
Okay.
and they're all customized based on what companies need and want. So, some companies want more movement, some companies want less movement, and we kind of work together to decide a plan that will meet the needs in the best way. But the programs include some gentle yoga sessions. The classes are very accessible for all body types. Brain nourishing practices, working on some mindfulness, clarity, and wellness workshops. So we work on some more focused topics related to wellness, things like sleep, building in healthy morning routines, healthy eating, um, all kinds of different physical and mental health topics. And then depending on companies' preferences as well, we also work with having a closed Facebook group to really build that community and connection feel. So I'll run little challenges within the group and stay connected to people, be able to answer questions and health related concerns, and offer support through that group as well, which is great to be able to have that connection again, even in our virtual space.
Yeah, and that's pretty good because you're used to the people there, and not like, especially what I'm referring to is the closed Facebook group. You're used to your colleagues and not everybody else that may be new or different coming into a group and saying, oh my God, you because as humans we feel, okay, I don't want anyone to see me like this, or that weird mindset is there. So I
Right.
like that closed, a Facebook group, just gearing towards, the people that you're working around. So those of you who have businesses like that or in businesses like that, I'm referring to my vice presidents of the banks. Your employees need this type of service. You're stressing them out, or any business. This is something that, would be beneficial and make you look good as, their boss. I'm just saying, putting that out there. Um,
Definitely.
yeah.
That's actually one of the perks of the virtual programs, because I know sometimes people are uneasy about exercising in public too. And
Yes.
we might feel self-conscious about how we look, or, it's like, am I doing it right? But
Mhm.
when you're at home, you're in your own space, and that's actually helping people feel more comfortable with exercise and trying things that might not be so familiar to them.
Yeah, people get wrapped up into what should I wear, like you said, someone looking at me, you go to the gym, it's like, am I working this machine correctly? You're looking
Right.
at everybody else just sweating away, and you're like, okay, what am I supposed to do on this machine? And you don't want to ask. It's like, no, don't ask, because you feel almost stupid. It's like, okay, the instructions are on the machine, but you've never been on that machine. You're like, I'm not going to ask. I'll just figure it out myself. So I like that, the virtual exercise. Yes. So we all
Yeah.
join Courtney on that one.
Yeah, and the virtual nature of the programs too really helps people have like a whole lifestyle package. So I have a pre-recorded library of classes where people can do a little morning stretch or do some evening relaxation that, in a live class, you don't have that opportunity to get those little bits of what you need in any given moment. So there's a lot of flexibility to, have some things that fit your life, what you need and when you need it.
Oh, I so 100% love this. Oh my gosh. And like I said, gaining that 10 extra pounds, or 5, 7, 10 pounds. I don't know what it was, but it's too much. Gotta exercise it off. But so Courtney, as we wrap up, how can our viewers and listeners get a hold of you, from our corporations that listen to our individuals who listen that need to exercise and get healthy, the yoga exercise? What are your websites and your contact numbers?
Yes, my website is my full name, CourtneyJohannesson.com. My email is hello@CourtneyJohannesson.com, and I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I have a Facebook group. It's called Resilient and Empowered Women, Mindset and Movement for Women Leaders. So anyone who feels called to join that group is welcome.
So we have no excuse, none. We're in a movement right now. We're empowering women. We're trying to get healthy. We are trying to make it work. So get a hold of Courtney. She's going to stretch you out, get you healthy, get everything together for you. As we wrap up our session, Coco's thoughts. I read somewhere from Jay Danzai, I believe that's his pronunciation of his last name. Your smile is your logo. Your personality is your business card. And the way you make others feel is your trademark. Hopefully the way that Courtney wants to make you feel, wants to get you healthy, the way I make you feel, empowering women throughout the United States and across the world. We hope that once again, smile. We have in this season something to smile about. We bring across our personality to make it warm, inviting, and loving. And once again, it's not about how many degrees that we have, it's how we make you feel that's extremely important. That is our trademark. How do we make you feel? With anything, whether it's education, women in business, men in business, it doesn't matter. It's how do people make you feel? If you feel good about yourself, then yes, we've done our job. So with that being said, we are going to end our episode of Business in Pearls. As usual, I usually end with our motivational song. This time it comes from my girl. I do not own the rights to this song, but yes, it's from Mary J. Blige. So once again, Courtney, thank you for being a guest on our show. I appreciate you. And this is coming from Mary J. Blige, I should say, I'm sorry. So thank you once again. We love you. Mask up, be safe, be blessed. And until next Friday, we love you. Take care. Bye.